Okay, you're a real estate agent and you got into this business to make money, amongst a bunch of other things, but to make money. But you're not really sure like exactly how to do it. And you're kind of like doing this and doing that, and you're doing the cold calls, and then you're buying the football calendar magnets, and then you're doing open houses. And those things are good, but I want you to know that those are not the only ways to build your business. And they're not the best ways to build your business, in my opinion. So in this video, in this podcast, wherever you're coming at me from, we are going to talk about the 3 things you need to do to build your first 6-figure business as a real estate agent. So real quick, I'm Tiffany Moore. I'm a real estate coach. I'm an active agent and broker owner in Austin, Texas, and I help agents from all over the country build their real estate business to 6 figures and beyond without doing the cheesy old school things like the cold calling and the door knocking and buying leads, and without discounting our service, and without working 60 hours a week, and without working with clients who don't value your time or respect you or any of those things. So if that is something that you're interested in, if that's kind of the path that you're on, you're in the right place. So let's jump right in. First, I want to say this. I'm going to make this really simple because overall business is simple. And I think a lot of times we overcomplicate things. So really, this is a 3-step process. And within each step, there's a few points to know. The first step is attracting high-end clients. So if we want to build to 6 figures and beyond, we're not focusing on selling 100 houses a year. That's not the way I want to run my business, because that is going to have me like working to the bone, and I am really not interested in that. So instead, I'm going to attract high-end clients. I literally want to sell as few houses as possible to make my revenue goals, which means the houses that I sell have to be higher in price in order for you to make that commission that I want to make. So I have to work with higher end clients. Oh, darn, right? Oh, shucks, I have to work with high-end clients. But the first part of working with them is attracting them. So how do we attract them? 1, we talk to them. So we like actually have to be where they're at. We have to put ourselves in the room. We have to put ourselves in the place where they're at. And something that I see a lot of agents do is they're putting in the time and they're putting in the work, but maybe they're focusing on attracting not high-end clients. So let's say you're like doing open houses and you're doing them at like a price range that's your average price range or below average. You are not going to meet high-end clients at that price point. So we want to do open houses at an above average price point so we can meet people who are looking at houses in that price range. I know that sounds really obvious, but it's not to everyone. So I want to point that out. First, we have to put ourselves in the room and in the place where our high-end clients are going to be. And open houses is just one example. Where do they hang out online? Where are they on social media? What do they do in their free time? What communities are they in? What hobbies do they have? Do you share any of those similar things? If so, put yourself there. Like meet them there and go and talk to them there. 2, when we talk to them, let's talk to them about things that they are actually interested in and that apply to them. So that number 1, we can actually help them. And number 2, we can show them that we get it, that we understand where they're at. We know what their frustrations are, what their fears are, their concerns are. And here's how we can help them get what it is they want, So that comes from like understanding what's going on in your local community. What is the economy doing? What are the jobs like? What's going on with the interest rates and the stock market and all of these things? Like high-end clients, people who have money, they like to keep their money. They like to keep it and to grow it, and they are concerned with that. So it's really going to help you have like intelligent, informed conversations with them if you understand what they're talking about and you can relate to it in one way or another. So we're going to meet them where we're at. When we talk to them, we're going to talk to them about things that they are interested in, right? And we're going to show them that we know what we're talking about and then we can help them. And the third thing that we're going to do when we're like attracting high-end clients is we're going to demonstrate that we are like highly competent, that we are an expert, we're extremely competent, we can help them get what they want. Because at the end of the day, high-end clients, they just want to know that you can get the job done. They have worked with a lot of people who talk a good talk, but don't actually walk the walk, right? And in Texas, we call this all hat and no cattle. So let's be all hat and all cattle. Let's have the cattle and the hat. So it's not just talking a good talk. It's not just lead gen. It's not just overcoming objections. It's not just doing rebuttals. At the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, can you do the job? Can you do the job that you said you could? And the way that you talk to them, the way you present yourself, the stories that you tell, that's how they're going to figure that out. That's how they're going to put the pieces together. Not by you walking up in a 3-piece suit or your stilettos and talking about how you're in like the 4 diamond club at your brokerage, or the top 0.02% of sales volume. That's awesome. But I want to hear about your stories. I want to hear about your experiences. I want to know what you think and what your opinions are. That's how your high-end clients are going to discern if you are actually bullshit or not. So being extremely competent, being confident, being able to talk to them about the things that they want and meeting them where they're at, that's step 1. That's how we're going to get high-end leads to be interested in working with us. Step 2 is turning those leads into clients. So step 1 is attracting them. Step 2 is converting them. We're converting those leads into clients. And clients who are ready to sign with you on the spot. Clients who don't want to negotiate your commission. Clients who don't have to interview 4 or 5 other agents before they make a decision. High-end clients are very busy. They don't want to interview 4 or 5 people. They don't want to get multiple estimates. They just want to talk to someone, feel them out. Can you do the job? Yes or no? Do I have confidence in you? Yes or no? So that's what this second step is all about, is instilling that confidence that you know what you're doing and that you can help them. So we're going to go through what I called the gold mining method, it's kind of like panning for gold. So, when people used to pan for gold, there was a lot of fool's gold. There was a lot of stuff out there that wasn't actually gold. And that is the shit that we want to get rid of. We want to get rid of the riffraff. Because when I'm panning for gold, when you get to the place where you are attracting all these clients, you're attracting high-end leads, you're also going to attract like not so high-end leads. You're going to attract people who are kind of bullshit as well. And so we need to sift those people out. And the way that we do this is by basically having a process where people drop out at multiple phases of the process. Like, I'm kind of asking people to jump through hoops to work with me, which is a crazy idea and like the complete opposite of what we're taught in real estate. We're like, we have to chase everyone and we have to like follow up with everyone 3 times, 3 times a day, like over and over and over again. This is the opposite of that process where I'm attracting people to me and I am deciding if I want to work with them or not versus the other way around, So essentially what we're doing is having a step-by-step process when people reach out to us where we are asking them to set up an appointment with us instead of like, oh my God, like a lot of agents, here's the thing, I don't pick up my phone. And I know that is antithetical to like owning a business and being a real estate agent. I don't pick up my phone for numbers that I don't know who they are because I have a schedule and I'm organized and I don't just have time to talk to people about moving to Austin whenever they call me. I want to be prepared for that call. I want to do it at certain times of the day. I want to ask them certain questions before I even agree to get on a call with them. So I'm asking them to kind of take these steps and jump through these hoops. And the people that are willing to do that are your real deal clients. They're the actual gold. The people who are not willing to do that are not your ideal clients. They are the fool's gold. They either are not really serious about buying or selling. They're not that serious about talking to you. They don't really intend on moving forward with it. And they're just not awesome leads. So I only want to spend my time talking to real deal leads who are serious about moving and serious about working with me. So I have a process where I basically weed through everyone that makes contact with me, and I only make appointments and talk to people who are the real deal. So that is the gold mining method. That's how we turn leads into clients, where we actually get to select the people that we work with, where we're not wasting our time following up with unqualified, unserious bullshit leads. We're just not doing that. And then when we finally, like the people who show up on this call, they are the real deal. Like we're going to schedule a call. We're going to ask them to answer several questions about like, when do you plan on moving? What are you looking for? When do you plan on selling? What's the price range, etc. We get on the call. They show up to the call. Those are pretty serious leads. Those are pretty serious people who are probably going to move forward, who are probably already committed to working with you. And so when we get on the call with them, we don't have to pitch ourselves. we're not selling. Like, I'm not selling at all. Instead, I'm serving. Instead, I'm consulting. Instead, I'm advising, and it's like, okay, what are you looking for? Here's where I think we can do that. Here's some of the pitfalls that we might cross. I'm asking more questions and I'm really helping them. Like, I am already assuming the sale. I am already assuming that we're going to work together because they have taken all these steps that I've asked them to take so far. And they've done all of them and they've shown up to the call. So I'm like, I don't really have to sell myself at this point. And I don't sell. I serve. I consult with them. I help them. I advise them. And I assume that I'm already working with them. And so that's the second part. The third part of this, here's your third step in building a 6-figure real estate business this year, is keeping your calendar full and keeping your phone ringing off the hook with clients who call you for life. Like, that's how you keep this shit going. And the way that you do that is by giving them an incredible client experience, by nurturing them, by taking care of them, by leading the process, by making it as simple as possible and as stress-free as possible for them. Because it is 5 to 25 times more expensive to get a new client than it is to serve an existing client. And so, like, I've already done the hard work of getting this client into my world, of getting this lead into my world, of going through the steps to actually say, like, yes, you're an actual lead. You're not a bullshit lead. Yes, we're going to work together. I want to keep working with that person. Like, I'm not trying to go out and do that again and again. I would much rather work with that person over and over and over. And so I want to give them an incredible experience where I've taken the stress off. I've taken a lot off their plate. I've made it as simple and as easy as possible for them. And I've made them feel like they have been cared for and nurtured and taken care of this whole process. So that when it's time for them to sell, they're coming to me. When it's time for them to buy, they're coming to me. When it's time for them to buy an investment property, they're coming to me. When it's time for them to buy their kids a house, buy their mother-in-law a house, for their friends to buy a house, they're coming to me because of the experience that I gave them and because I actually know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a great agent, So, like, being a really good agent is kind of a key to building a 6-figure beyond real estate business. Like, being good at what you do is a really good way to make money. Surprise, right? So those are the 3 steps. Those are the 3 pillars that if you build your business on these 3 things, you are going to be set. And here is a secret that I want to share. These are not just for real estate. Like, real estate isn't different from any other business. Real estate is just another business. It's just like another personal service, the same as an attorney or a financial advisor or a personal trainer. We're all doing the same thing. We all have the same process. And so I really want you to understand that is like, real estate is not some like anomaly business where it's like, oh my gosh, who knows how to build a real estate business? It's like anyone who's built a personal service business can build a business, can build a real estate business and do well at it. It's not like this crazy, strange business that's so mysterious that no one knows how it works. It's like, oh, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. Figure out who you want to serve. Be where they're at, be really good at your job, give them an amazing experience. That's all we're doing here. And this isn't just real estate. This isn't like exclusive to real estate. Whatever other personal service industry or business that you're in, the process is the same. So this is how you get high-end leads, how you turn those leads into clients, and how you get them to keep coming back over and over and referring their friends to you, referring their family to you. So this is the exact process that I use in my business, that I use to go from $13,000 a year to over $300,000 a year. This is the same process and system that I teach in my program, Show and Sell. So if you want more information about this system, there's a link at the bottom where I have like a little mini course that goes into a little bit more detail. So you can click that link. Other than that, until then, I will see you on the next video. If you liked this one, like it, follow me. Let's build your real estate business so that you can actually make the money that you want to make and live the life that you wanted to live when you first became an agent. So until then, I'll see you next time.